While I was exploring, my friends' art, either poetry, painting, ceramics, mixed media, necklaces, crystals. I could see it in their eyes. It's the same thing I see in my eyes. There is this light of peace. And while exploring this idea of ascension within myself, what it means to be an ascended being, what it means to come full circle, to have completion, mastery. Now, for many people, they may not resonate with this. But I feel within my own personal journey, there is this peace. Like I've come full circle. And with that, there is this sense of completion, mastery. It's almost like a farewell. A farewell that brings you a sense of gratitude, appreciation, acceptance, compassion, deep understanding. It's as though you're bowing to time and every person that you've ever met throughout time. It's like you're bowing to them, and in that bow there's this profound feeling of joy through the challenge. It was a wild ride, but thank you. Thank you. And in that peace, there is this sense of returning back to myself, returning back to the most natural, organic rhythm of my soul. And in that return, the only thing I really, truly want to do is to be with nature. As though throughout time I've been many things, I've done many things, I've learned many things, I've had many friends, everything's came in and went like the rise and the fall of a tide. And now there's this simplistic intention inside of me, and that is to connect with nature. Not only connect with nature, the family that I feel when I am connecting with nature. The sense of community. The sense of artistic expression. Everything becomes simple. And in that simplicity, there is this essence. It's not something that I say or do or express. It's more so like a tree. there's this essence in its being. And yet, in that beingness, there's peace. And that peace is this farewell to what was, to what is, to what will be, this total acceptance, this total gratitude. And it's been a wild ride. It's been a wild ride to get to this. And there's pain and there's grief. There is greater pain and there's greater grief. Because to get to this now, where all that is left of me is the most authentic version of myself, I had to experience monumental deaths. Deaths of belief, perception, perspective, limitation, fear, doubt, insecurity, shame, guilt. And in that death, that painful death, there was this liberation. And in that liberation brought this closeness with a divine force. It brought me closer to the divine force. And the closer I got to the divine force through my courage, my bravery, my leadership, being a warrior, facing the death of all the things I thought I was, but it's not true. But allowing that death to move me in a way that is terrifying, but yet so eye-opening, because it allows me to be free of the things that may have blocked me and have locked me into identities that didn't really fulfill me. And allowing that pain, surrendering it to that grief, that loss of something within me that didn't really serve me, didn't really bring me closer to the divine. I felt this understanding. And it's not so much of an understanding I can think about. It's an understanding I feel in my heart. It's in my body, because it's in my soul, and my soul is everywhere within my body. It's what brings creativity, it brings intelligence, it brings uniqueness, it brings light through my eyes, it brings this joy for life. It's what makes me this human vessel that is colorful, beyond color. And through the journey, the process of learning life and the dynamics of it, and having many, many experiences, through the rise and fall of my being, I found myself. And in that finding myself, there's this farewell to all of the selves that I've been throughout time. There is this farewell. I am grateful for the experience, and I'm also grateful for the liberation, the courage, the pain, and and the grief that moved me beyond my limitation, moved me even when I was just seeming so forgetful of my soul and the divine, and it's the truth that it's always there for me. But it moved me anyways, beyond my fear. It pushed me almost to my breaking point. And in that breakthrough, there was just the me that is not so fearful anymore. The me that is okay with death. That is okay with change. Because in that essence of who I truly am, it's very much like a tree or like a butterfly. It's this continuous life of becoming what is most natural and yet connected to all things. So this is very much my revelation for today. Just while walking about and feeling it in my heart, and I know I'm not alone. There are many people out here that have been here for maybe thousands of years, maybe millions of years, and have come full circle. Where all you want to do is just be with nature. You want to be with the family you call nature. People who share that same natural, organic heartbeat. You want to be artistic. You want to create. You want to love. You want to help others to find their sense of completion, their sense of coming full circle. I think that's what it means to be an ascended being. We've come full circle, and we have much, much to give. Many experiences, much knowledge, and that knowledge becomes our wisdom through our expression of art. We are creators, either ceramics, poetry, creative writing, painting, dancing, singing. And that's our way of calling out to Mother Earth, farewell. Thank you. I bow to you and everything that was me. It was a wild ride, and this is my gift to you. It's almost like in the end, or the coming full circle, or the completion, and the graduation, we give a gift to the earth. And it's our legacy. And that legacy isn't what we think about in the empires of legacy, the rulers of the empires. It's a legacy that we have been carrying with us since we first incarnated, maybe thousands of years ago. And that legacy has been refining itself for many lifetimes, and it's a beingness. It's the essence. And within that essence, we don't need to speak. We don't need to do anything per se. That essence, which is that communion with everything that we've ever experienced, learned, mastered, gifts and talents, it's that communion that gathers within our heart and becomes a precious gift through our creativity. A precious gift, because that gift is not so much what you see as the art or the painting or the portrait or the ceramics. It's what you feel when you look at it. It's like that art has eyes, and there's light through those eyes, and you just feel it in your heart. This person in front of you has peace, acceptance of who they are and where they've been. And you can also feel the wild ride they've been on, the wild ride of pain and grief and loss. But you feel that there's peace because they accept themselves. They return back to themselves through the courage and bravery and honesty and fearlessness. They return back to themselves, to their original rhythm. And that original rhythm becomes their legacy, becomes their art making, becomes their business, becomes their lifestyle, becomes their family, their friends, becomes their success, their victory. Because through it all, they were able to find their authentic version of themselves as a human.